Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Today we are on Nemesis account and we're going to be pulling potentially 10 sacred shards. I'm not doing this Summon Rush event myself, but Nemesis is looking to pull some shards. So we're going to be hopefully helping him out. I did see as well, this is really brutal. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but it turned out that the way that they arranged the champion fragments in these events was not actually shown in that preview calendar. The calendar was a little bit deceptive in that sense. So yeah, like I think the way they've arranged these fragments, actually, if you want to complete this fusion, you can skip literally none of them, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, if you want to complete Lanatheral fusion, guys, you need to be pulling 3,500 points in Summon Rush, which is just crazy. Once again, I'm very glad that I skipped this fusion myself. I'm very, very glad. Even if you wanted just Wuji, she's actually 4 shards in, which is, yeah, that's extremely high. Usually she'd be the spot lower, which makes a difference. You know, 3 sacred shards plus a little bit of change versus 4. That means a lot when you're free to play or early game, and every single sacred, every single void is just super precious. But, well, there you go. I'm sure we can have a rant in the comments. Yeah, this has been an awful fusion. Yeah, it really has been. Right, let's dive in. We obviously have the 10x champions are boosted. Well, I don't need to show you Jagur. He's not boosted in this. We're not pulling voids. We've got these legendaries. We've got these epics. I'm presuming Nemesis doesn't need the epics, but obviously any of these legendaries I think would be really, really good. Let's dive in, shall we? Let's dive in. Let's check before we go. Does he have Bad L? Does he have Bad L? Okay, so he has Bad L already. He does not have Theodore, and he does not have Calvalax. Okay, so we don't want a Bad L, probably, but we'd like the other 2. We're going to pull 10 Sacred Shards, and we're going to stop if we hit a Legendary. That's the deal. Pull until a Legendary, but maximum of 10. Let's go. Here we go. Can we have some luck? Can we have some... I thought we were going to get it on the first shard there. Hey, it is a 10x champion, though. It is Aox the Rememberer. Epics, you actually got a pretty decent chance. Like, if you pull a big bunch of Sacred Shards, there's a pretty good chance you'll see some of the Epics in 10x events, because you get so many Epics pulling Sacreds, right? Aox, like I said, I think he's a pretty solid champ. He is not bad, decent support. I doubt he's going to be super useful for Nemesis, who's sort of past that point, but he's a great Epic champion. Oh, next up, another really good Epic champion, Dur the Hungerer. He's got an AoE heal with a bit of a continuous heal and reflect damage. The reflect damage not very useful, but the heal is good. He has a nice revive, stun on his A1. He's very, very good for Demon Spawn Faction Wars. A champion I think a lot of people are going to build. I beat Demon Spawn Faction Wars before this guy was in the game, and it was tough. It was really tough. He's going to make it a lot more easy for people. Here we go. We have Zargala up next. Another decent epic, actually. I quite like her. I've got a soft spot for her. AoE with decreased defense on a 4-turn cooldown. But then she has a 2-turn cooldown, single target smack. That actually activates her AoE for free if she kills anyone. She's really good for speed farming Faction Wars. She's really good for a lot of the secret rooms in Doom Tower. Because she can just pump out so many AoEs when she is fighting weaker enemies. So she's actually a really great champ. Yeah. She's a really solid champ. I've got a guide on her in the channel. She's not S tier, but she's good. Another epic here. We've got Rain Beast. Not a great epic. He is good for one of the secret rooms where you need like a force defense healer. I think that, is it Tashada? Something like that. I think that barbarian girl who was buffed in this patch now gives you a healer reviver. But Rain Beast is still decent for that secret room. Putting out continuous heals on his A1. He can revive if he kills someone. It's really not great. He does have a good passive. He puts a nice shield on an ally every 2 turns. Just a single target one, but it's not bad. So he's good for that, but that's basically it. Maybe okay for some Faction War stuff. There we go. Here's the legendary. Oh, it's Brachus the Shifter. Not a 10x legendary. We'll see if he's new. I really like Brachus, actually. He's visually super cool. One of the coolest champs in the game. A lot of the skinwalkers are really awesome. But Brachus just looks badass. There's no question about that. He does need a lot of books, unfortunately. And he really is a lot better when he's booked. His A1 heals him by a portion of the damage inflicted. His A2, 5 turns. This books to 3 turns, which is part of why you really need to book him. It attacks one enemy 6 times. 6 times. The first hit can place weaken for 3 turns, and it heals him as well by 25% of the damage inflicted. Heals by half of the damage inflicted if the target's under fear or true fear. 6 hitter though, this does a ton of damage. Weaken for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Does a ton of damage against bosses with Giant Slayer. Then his A3 has a 5 bucks to 4-turn cooldown. Increase attack on all allies for 3 turns, then attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 50 bucks to 75% chance of placing true fear for 1 turn, and then a 50 or 75% chance of placing fear on 2 random enemies for 1 turn if a true fear debuff is placed. So it's sort of like an AoE crowd control. It's not bad. That also gives you increased attack for your whole team for 3 turns. 3-turn increase attack, 4-turn cooldown, triple hitter. Yeah, Brachus can be really, really strong actually in some Demon Lord stuff because he's giving you increased attack. He's bringing you weaken. He's got all these multi-hitters. Really, all of his damage comes from his A2 and his A3. He just smacks. And he's got a great passive for Arena, actually. Straight up, he does 40% more damage when his HP is below 40%. This makes him, again, very good in unkillable teams. And then he has, revive this champion with 20% HP when he's killed, and he immediately gets an extra turn. Makes him very strong in Arena, right? Because he gets killed, he pops back up, doing 40% more damage with an extra turn, and then he can one-shot someone on the enemy team. It makes him a very, very powerful champion. I used him for a while in Arena, and he was actually pretty good in like a cheeky go second team. He would die, pop back up, and then give increased attack to my damage dealers that were still alive, that had survived. And he'd one-shot one of the enemy team and then put out fears on the rest of them. Quite a nifty champ. You don't see him much, really. But he's very, very good. He obviously struggles against champions like Lydia, who's going to block his revive and take an extra turn. You can actually use him to bait Lydia's passive out with something like a Cardinal team as well. But yeah, he's a cool champ. I like Brachus. Let's see, was Brachus new? It looks like we already had a Brachus. Oh no, we've got almost no Skinwalker legendaries, and we got Brachus. Well, I tell you what, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's probably our first dupe for Skinwalkers. Let's double check. And then we've got another one. Oh no, we had Brachus already. Oh no. Cut the video. Cut the video. Well, there we go. I mean, sometimes it rains, sometimes it pours. Today it's done both. Ah well, c'est la vie. Look, it's the third Brachus. He could be a fun champion to empower. Who knows, with the new blessing system and stuff that's coming, the awakening system. Who knows? Maybe Brachus is going to turn into an absolute monster with one of those blessings. And maybe he's going to be amazing and you're going to be sitting pretty with an empowered Brachus or just really building up your Skinwalker faction crypt more, and you're going to be happy. I don't know. But there you go, guys. Let me know how your shard pulls went. A legendary out of 5 shards, I think it was, is not bad at all. Those are very respectable stats. In a 2x event, you're expecting a legendary, maybe 1 in 8 or 9 shards. So, getting one here today and that few shards is pretty nice, even if it was maybe not a champion we hope to see. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Short video, but a sweet video-ish. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.